Hi, we're Britt and Mike, and this is Leah. Last year, we self-converted our 2021 Ford Transit van into a home on wheels. In this video, we're driving it from California to Seattle because we have tickets to an NFL game where our football teams will play each other for the first time in 4 years.
This is not how that was supposed to go.
I look like a linebacker.
You do not.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't. Everyone can tell it's a big jacket.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, guys.
We are back in the van. We took a 3-week trip in our van about a month ago, and that was our first trip in the van. Mike has spent the last month working on some updates.
Yeah, I've been working on getting the propane hooked up. I also got our BIM connected, so now we charge from the alternator while we drive, and a few other little things here and there. Just trying to get this all knocked out. It's nice to be back on the road, though.
So we're a little bit closer to being done with the build, not 100%, but we couldn't pass up the opportunity to take this trip that we are going on this weekend. We are driving from California up to Seattle because our football teams are playing each other in Seattle.
So the Raiders and the Seahawks only play each other every 4 years. Last time they played each other 4 years ago, it was actually in London. So we couldn't go to that game. This is the first opportunity that we've had to go to a game together, and we just couldn't pass it up.
We are driving up to Oregon today and then finishing the drive up to, I think, around the Tacoma area tomorrow. And then Sunday we'll be in Seattle for the game. So we are really excited.
Yeah, hopefully we don't get too rained on.
We brought ponchos just in case. We are prepared. It will probably rain.
It's definitely gonna rain.
Yeah. Leah, where are we? Are we going on a trip? Are we going on a trip? Are you excited?
It always, when I was a kid, that lake was always full up to almost the tree line.
Really?
That is so crazy how low it is. Truck stop with a view.
Truck stop haul. We pulled over at the Pilot really quickly, and we got this patch. We're thinking about putting patches like up on the headliner. We've seen some other people do that. And then this postcard. I don't know why I saw this and I was like, I have to have it. It was $3, which is the most expensive postcard I've ever seen. And it's kind of like, oh, it's weed. But I mean, come on, that's hilarious.
I swear that picture used to be on funnyjunk.com.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure this is ripped straight off of funnyjunk.com. That is so funny. But anyway, so we have, how long? We have an hour and 36 minutes left.
Oh, did you give them any context on why that says weed on it?
Oh, we're in the city of Weed, California. We just drove by Mount Shasta, which on the way back, I think we're going to stop and stay at a brewery, Mount Shasta Brewing Company, that's Harvest Host. So we'll be back. But I saw these and I was like, you know what? When in weed.
This is it?
That's the brewery right there. I think there's parking behind it. But this is like the street view. I think, oh, right there, Climate City Brewery. There's a turn in right there.
Oh, okay, good.
All right, we have made it to our Harvest House in Grants Pass, which was just off I-5, so that's why we picked it, because we are driving up to Seattle up I-5, so we're just picking places that are like pretty close off the highway. We are at a brewery called Climate City Brewing Company, and we are going to unpack the van while we still have some daylight and just sort of get situated here, and then we're going to go in for some drinks and probably have dinner in there too. What do you think, Leah?
She's like, get me out of this van.
Amazing.
Apparently we only packed carbs.
That's all you need. Carbs are brain food.
We just grabbed everything out of the cabinet, and it was like all carby breakfast stuff. Leftover rolls from Thanksgiving, pumpkin bread. I am ready to be completely embarrassed again in public.
We played this in a brewery in Hawaii once and we got in trouble because you're not allowed to play card games in a brewery or like in a bar because it's like adjacent to gambling, so we're hoping it's okay in Oregon. I've won one and Mike's won one, so the next one is best 2 out of 3.
She says that. But it only counts if she wins.
What do you have to say for yourself?
I love you.
I lost.
I won handily on the last round, so I feel really good right now. I couldn't quite get the heater hooked up before we left, so we ended up picking up one of these Mr. Heaters. We got the Little Buddy. And it runs on a little 1 pound propane bottle, and it's supposed to be safe for a small confined space such as a tent or a camper, but you do need some ventilation. I tested this out before we left and it actually heats up pretty quick. I was pretty happy with that. Tonight we're gonna run it to heat up the van before we go to bed.
Come on, little buddy.
Let's go, little buddy. My feet feel good.
Yeah.
We got the heated floor on. It's probably about 70, 75, 73.
Yeah, I was pretty worried about the temperature because the low tonight is 33 and we've never slept in the van when it's that cold. But with this little buddy thing, I think it will keep us warm enough to fall asleep, and then we'll have the heated floor in the morning, so we should be good, right?
I feel good. Okay. Let's go.
Good morning from the parking lot where we stayed last night at our Harvest Host. I did not sleep super well last night, but I did kind of expect that. The first night in the van on our last trip, I didn't sleep very well either, and I think it's just getting used to being back in the van. I was having dreams that like people were trying to break into the van. I'm hoping as this trip goes on that I get more used to sleeping in the van again, because this is kind of the most like city-ish parking spot that we've had so far. In our last trip, we parked outside in a residential area in front of my grandparents' house for a while. We parked in a couple of RV parks, and then we had like an off-grid forest road camping spot. So this is really our first time being like parked in a parking lot in a town. So I think that's just gonna take some getting used to, but the Harvest House was really nice. We went in last night and had a few drinks, had some dinner, and yeah. It was nice and quiet. There wasn't any like reason that I didn't sleep well. It was just like kind of getting used to being in the van again. So yeah, we are getting ready to head into Tacoma today. So we're gonna have some coffee and breakfast and hit the road. No.
We have a little vlog on YouTube, but not famous.
Alright, so after a few hours of driving, we just drove through Portland, and now we are stopped at a truck stop on the Oregon side of the border with Washington. So we're gonna make some PB&Js, which is like our go-to lunch on the road and just in general. And then we are going to cross into Washington, and what do we have, like 2 hours left?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, so it's a long day of driving. It's like 6 hours of driving, but we're breaking it up to have lunch.
Okay, so it's kind of hard to see this, but we just parked for the night. And I think we're going to have to repark because we are on a it's pretty significant incline here.
When we first parked, you can see, I looked at the sink and I was like, oh yeah, it's kind of like, we're kind of crooked, but how bad is it like in bed?
Yeah.
Because really what we're worried about is our heads being lower than our legs, but this is like, I'm going to be going like this. So, yeah, like I can feel the pressure of like the incline on my side. So I think we should move a little bit.
Yeah. I think we're going to do it sideways and maybe pull up the leveling blocks if we need to.
Yeah.
And also, it's kind of worth noting that the sink, if it's at this kind of an angle, the plumbing goes this way. So if it's at an angle, the plumbing is going up and it's not going to drain. It's just going to go down, go into the pipe here for a little bit, and then it's just going to fill up the sink. Which is not ideal.
Okay, so we repositioned, and as you can see, it's a little crooked now in the other direction, but we think that's fine because the head of our bed is here, and at least we're not like rolling toward the hallway.
And the sink will drain. It's it's not going to be bad for us to sleep at that angle or anything like that. We won't have all the blood rushing to our head.
Yeah. Okay, here we have cold leftover vegan Thanksgiving.
I wouldn't trade it for no Thanksgiving.
If we had our oven like hooked up to the propane, we could heat some of this stuff up, but I think it'll be fine. How is it?
That's good. Just different.
Here's the van. Looks like we have one other Harvest Host guest. Here's the brewery and a grocery store, and we're just in this parking lot. So
it's pretty nice out here. I like it. Except it's raining.
It's raining a little. Did you have a good nap?
Stay there. Don't you dare jump from there.
That tail is a propeller. What do you think? Love you. It's catching it on fire.
I need something to like hold it with.
Ta-da!
Everything bagels should be called everywhere bagels. And I don't know if they're really made for van life.
This is the aftermath of our morning. So we are going to clean up and get ourselves ready and head towards Seattle.
It's a pretty short drive into town. So I think we have, 40 minutes until we get to our parking spot. And we don't have to leave for another half hour or so. So we'll be good. Just got to get cleaning.
Right, we are fed, loaded up, ready to go, and now we have a little over 40-minute drive into Seattle. Right, we have arrived at our parking lot in Seattle. Mike pre-booked a parking spot for us because it's pretty hard for us to find parking in cities since the van doesn't fit any garages. So that's been interesting to figure out. But anyway, we are at a parking lot. I think we're pretty much downtown. We're a little bit over a mile from the stadium that we're going to. And so Mike's walking Leah right now, and then we're getting ready to leave her in the van. And this will be the longest that she's ever been like by herself in the van. It's probably going to be 4 or 5 hours. So we tried to make it cozy for her. I'm a little bit nervous about it, but I think she's gonna be just fine. I put together this, she likes to lay on our clothes, so we set up the bench for her, and then we've got blankets in both of the seats, and hopefully she'll be cozy. The only downside is that she can't get into the bed by herself, so we just tried to make the rest of the van cozy for her. Cozy girl. I love you. See you very soon, okay?
No friends.
No friends over. We're in. Mike thinks this is a Raiders game, but it's not.
I don't know, there's a lot of black here.
Walk up and down the sideline chewing bubblegum.
See him, he's just a little smaller.
Kenneth Walker from 14 yards out for the Seahawks touchdown. Seahawks 27, Raiders 24.
Oh. Less than 2 minutes left and we're tied.
Right. Let's go Raiders.
No. Not how that was supposed to go.
All right, we are back to collect our puppy and our van. Hi, sweetheart. Oh, honey.
He's so excited.
I missed you so much. Wow. Were you napping? Right, we got Veggie Grill for dinner, which is our favorite vegan place that we used to live next to, and we don't live next to one anymore, so we had to get one while we were here. Got a buffalo chicken sandwich and some fries, and then we are going to drive to our camp spot for the night.
Yep. Cabela's, here we come. Good morning from our bathroom.
Good morning from the Cabela's parking lot. We're huddling in the bathroom because we have the what is it, little buddy?
The little buddy,
Mr. Heater.
Yeah.
There's a heater on the floor down here.
This is probably the best place to sit to enjoy the heater while not in bed.
Yeah, the bed is actually surprisingly warm. Like, what did the temp get down to? 31?
It was 34 degrees when we woke up this morning outside, and it was 54 degrees in the van.
Yeah, so
It tends to
bed
be
is
it
nice
tends to
and
be
warm.
like it's usually 20 degrees warmer in the van than it is outside.
Mm-hmm.
So hasn't been too bad so far.
Yeah, but yeah, we drove about an hour south from Seattle last night. We pulled into this Cabela's parking lot, and we didn't have any issues. It was great. It was nice and quiet, and there was probably like 5 to 10 other RVs,
Trucks.
trucks,
Yeah.
cars in the lot, and there was a few more this morning when we woke up.
Yep.
So-
Really nice and quiet. Yeah, really, really nice place to sleep, I think.
Yep. And this was our first, like, not Harvest House, not residential parking. Like, this was our first, like, showing up at a Walmart, Cracker Barrel, Cabela's, and just, like, hoping for the best. And that's because we are using, like, Seeker and iOverlander and stuff like that. So, yeah, worked out.
So we're only mostly emotionally hungover from the game yesterday, but I think we're feeling pretty good this morning.
4 more years. We'll get another chance in 4 years.
The Seahawks just wiped the floor with the Raiders last time, so it felt good to get a win, but I wish for Brittany that she, could have experienced that.
When we went to Vegas to watch the Raiders game, the Raiders won, and they won at home, and it was so much fun. It was a whole thing, and everyone was celebrating, and, like, walking out of your home stadium after you just lost is just...
We've been to three
Sucks.
Raider games, or I've been to 3 Raider games, and the Raiders won them all. We've been to 2 Seattle games together, and the Seattle Seahawks have lost both. So we're in a bad trend for the Seahawks and going to games, but a good one for the Raiders, I guess.
Anyway, I'm going to wrap up the video here. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for coming to Seattle with us, and we will see you in the next one.
Bye, guys.
Can you say thank you for watching? Love you.